Alright, so now we're going to talk about what's left up here, and we're going to talk about quizzes. So you can either load a previously created quiz, which I obviously have done some for some of my other groups, but we're going to create a new quiz, and this is where you would title the quiz. So I'm going to say Charlie chapter 1 through 3. So time limit is automatically defaults to 60 minutes. If you want, and that's once they start the assignment. If you want it to be 10 minutes, you can shorten it. And then you'll come down here, and this is where you're going to click either your choice options. I pretty much stick to multiple choice, true or false. The matching is slightly overwhelming if it's more than a few items. Fill in the blank and short answer. They pretty much have to match perfectly for them to show up correctly in the grade book, and I like to just use the grade that Edmodo uses when it grades it for me. So I pretty much stick with these options. So first we'll do a true or false, and you're going to click add first question. And so as you can see, your questions pop up over here. Over here is your points value. The quiz will total itself right here. And then you could always go back and change your option if you wanted to. We are going to do a true or false, so I'm going to say Charlie lives with just his mom, true or false. That is false. So you would mark what's correct. Down here, the correct answer is false. And then I'm going to do a 10 question quiz. So I'm going to make each one worth 10 points. As you can see, that changes down here. If you leave it right here and then just go to add another one, if it's left at 1, it will not change. It won't save the change. So if I go up here and change this back to 1, as you can see, it's not generating over here. So I suggest always going in and changing it and then clicking somewhere else, and then you'll see that saved option pop up over there. It's taken a minute to catch up to me, but we're going to make this worth 10 points also. I'm going to show you how to do a multiple choice. So you're going to do a multiple choice question. So Charlie works for whom, and you can put class, teacher, factory, and then I want more than just an A and B option, so I'm going to click add response. You can add, keep adding, and then if you want to remove that answer, you can always click here to remove and go back to just C. Then I actually don't remember where Charlie works. I know he does something, but I can't remember what it is. So I'm going to put the store. And then you're going to click set as correct answer, whichever one you're going to set as the correct answer. I'm just going to go with the store. And then move on. So once you're here, you want to add another question. You're going to click here. And then set that for 10 points. And then we can change it to again, back to a true or false, or leave it at a multiple choice. If we're here and we decide we want to remove that question, you would click here to remove. So the quiz options, this would show the student their results afterwards, and then you could also do randomized questions. This would be something I would suggest for kids that are maybe working in a group, or could be sitting next to each other, so that they have random questions. They're not tempted to maybe possibly cheat a little bit. So then you could also load questions in here using a pre-made quiz or something like that. If you want to, then you would say I'm done with my quiz. It's not going to let me use that one, so I'm going to go ahead and remove it. And then I'm going to assign quiz. So I've created the quiz, but now I've decided I don't want to assign it right now and I don't know when I want to assign it. I know some of my colleagues like to work ahead and say you wanted to type in all the quizzes for the whole book. Then you could just go ahead and click off of the quiz and then go back to load previous quiz, and there it is. You could edit it from here or delete it. So there's that quiz that I wrote, and I would go back to assign quiz, and then the date it was due, say I want it due at the end of this week. Adding it to your grade book is, as a teacher, you have access to a grade book within your system. But if you don't add it to the gradebook, it still is viewable. I don't click add to gradebook because of the fact that, like some of these groups we use, like for example, Charlotte's Web, for the entire third grade, and I don't need Miss Oliver's classes grades. So I'm going to send this to, as you can see, nothing popped up in here because I am not within a group. I'm on my home page. So I could type in anything here and it would give me my different groups. I'm going to go with Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and then I'm going to click send. So it shows my latest post. I posted that to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Let's go ahead and go in there. You can see my post. Once the students complete them, you'll have a turn-in. I'm going to go back and show you a little bit of an example of that. Again, I'm going to filter by quizzes. So I could click here and do turn in, and it's going to show me what the students got and how they did. I apologize, I wasn't trying to show any specific student's grade. I just kind of wanted to show you where you would view their scores. So like I said, that is how you would create a quiz. The other option up here is assignments, and this is where you would title an assignment and you could describe it. And so say this was a writing assignment. So I'm going to send this just to my Charlie and the Chocolate Factory group. I would describe, please write one page or one, I guess I'm getting a little ahead of myself, 3-sentence paragraph about why you would like to be Charlie. Why or why not? I guess that doesn't really make complete sense, but you get the idea. So I would load this assignment, make it due that next Monday, and then I could go ahead and send this out. So here's their assignment, write one-page chapter. So then they would go in here and put in their reply to their assignment, what they were supposed to do. And then they would reply. This allows me also not to see all of the other students' stuff. You would grade it independently. So that's kind of all the tabs up here, and I hope that helps. Like I said, if you had something scheduled, this is where you would go to it.